Hey everybody, Robert Wright here, private label law attorney, and today I'm going to answer one question I get asked a bunch: how do I avoid selling a patented product? Whew, let me tell you what, in the Amazon marketplace, you can get into all sorts of trouble selling patented products, right? With private label, one of the good things that we've talked about in a number of videos, the difference between trademarks and copyrights and patents, but patents can be quicksand, right? You go out, you've used Jungle Scout, you've used Cash Cow Pro, whatever the sourcing software you're using, you've gone out, you find a product that's selling gangbusters and you want to sell it too. You go, you buy it off the shelf in China, you get it into Amazon, and then all of a sudden you get an infringement complaint, right? How do you avoid that from the get-go, right? It's understanding how patents work, all right? So patents, there are two types. There are design patents, which protect the design, kind of the non-functional design aspects of a product. And then there's utility patents, which protect the actual utility of a product. So as you're going through your research and sourcing efforts, how do you make sure you don't run afoul? Well, you can certainly search Google patents, you can search USPTO, but I will be honest with you, that can get really unwieldy. I think you almost are as best served, at least from an efficiency perspective, of using some common sense. You want to sell boring products. You want to sell basic products. You want to sell products that have just been around for a while. They are not unique. They are not. They are very obvious. They just are boring and basic, right? If you look at a product in your sourcing efforts and you see it does things differently than other products, or it has a new way of doing things, or there's just some sort of special feature to it, more than likely you're going to run into some patent issues, and I would avoid that product entirely. Now, the good news is a lot of sellers, especially ones that have patents or are selling a licensed product, meaning they've secured rights from the patent holder, they will tell you all about it. They will tell you in the listing, hey, this is a patented product, okay? I have a patented product, and I have them in the listing, patented product. And I want everybody to know because I want to scare people off, right? And so you're probably going to run into that as you're looking, check the listing, right? See if it says anything about patents. But then if it doesn't, don't just say, oh, I'm free to go ahead and purchase this product without any worry about patent. Really look at it. Is it new? Is it unique? Is it non-obvious? If the answer to any of those is yes, move on. Now, you can oftentimes ask your supplier, hey, is this a patented product, or do they have a patent? And they'll give you an answer. What I would encourage you to do is take what they say with a grain of salt, because I have worked with suppliers that are very forthcoming, and they will tell you, yes, there's a patent in the United States, but there's not one in Germany, and you said you wanted to sell in Germany, so you're good there. But I've also had sellers that they just don't know what they don't know, right? And they are just interested in making a sale to you, and they're going to tell you what you want to hear, right? Maybe they're not the most sophisticated supplier in the world, so take whatever a supplier says with a grain of salt. But between checking with your supplier, checking the listing itself, using some common sense, making sure that you're not buying products that are unique, new, non-obvious, doing things in a different way, have a special design, and then in addition, doing a Google search, a Google patent search, a USPTO search, if you combine all of those together, you can generally make a pretty educated decision as to whether or not you're selling a patented product. Now, all of that is no excuse or no supplement or no replacement for a formal, what's called a clearance to operate search or a freedom to operate search. And if you really are going to go all in on a product, I would highly recommend speaking with patent counsel and getting one of those done. But again, as we just talked about bootstrapping, your private label brand, getting up and running, and also not doing something stupid in the process, if you just put all of what I just told you in the mix in terms of whether or not you decide to move forward with that particular product, I think you'll be in good stead.